Hello friends, this is Anuj Thande, your video game genie, and I am back with my first top 5 video list. So today I am going to talk about top 5 game franchises that should make a return. Before we start the list, let me clear one thing. This listing is as per my experience and taste of games. So please don't mind if I miss out on one of your favorite game franchises, and it is completely okay if you agree or disagree with the list. So starting with the number 5. Late 90s and early 2000 was the era of rising stealth games. We have already witnessed games like Metal Gear, Siphon Filter, and Hitman. In 2002, Ubisoft released Splinter Cell on a number of consoles like PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube, and many more. And soon it became hot pick for stealth game lovers. Between 2002 and 2013, we got 7 Splinter Cell games, which was pretty fast as compared to other game franchise releases. After Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist, we didn't get any entry from the franchise, and when asked about next entry, this is what Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot said in the E3 2017. I can't say much about that, but for sure all the Clancy games are taken care of. It's just we have a quite lot in our plate at the moment. All the Clancy games are really coming along, so we are not forgetting Splinter Cell. Later in an Ask Me Anything Reddit post, he said, "We don't have anything specific to share at the moment, but teams are working on the different things, so stay tuned for more." 90s were the years when gaming industry was going through the major changes in capabilities of engines and technology. And with that power, studios started doing so many experiments for catering their games to a wider audience. One such experiment was Twisted Metal, which got released in 95. The game was inspired by Demolition Derby with a number of vehicle-attached weapons to use. Later such games defined their own genre, that is, vehicular combat games. The first few games of the franchise did really great, which nobody was expecting, but the later ones continuously failed to attract the audience. The major reasons behind that were continuous change in developer teams, not up to the mark graphics, poor sound quality, and controls. The last game in the franchise was Twisted Metal 2012. After that, we heard about Twisted Metal Ideas, which was sadly cancelled and never got any entry from the franchise. Driver, the game franchise based on Hollywood-style chasing scene, released a number of hits for PlayStation 1 as both the entries pushed the limit of the engine and system and delivered a semi-open world experience which was very impressive for the time, but failed to amaze the audience on PlayStation 2 and Xbox systems. The major reason behind the failure of Driver 3 and Parallel Lines were game implementation and the rise of rival franchise. Most of the Driver games were overshadowed by Grand Theft Auto games. The last major release from the Driver series was Driver San Francisco. The game was rumored to be in production for a longer time. Ubisoft unveiled it at E3 2010, and after several delays, finally it got released in September 2011. The game sold partially well and had a unique mechanics in the game, that is shift. You don't have to get out of the car whenever you want to switch the vehicle, but you can just shift to other vehicles. The gaming franchise that took skateboarding to another level and delivered a total of 17 entries in the series on a number of console systems, both home and handheld. In 1999, Neversoft developed a skateboarding game inspired by famous pro skater Tony Hawk for getting extreme skateboarding fun by taking a non-realistic, exaggerated approach to the skateboarding. After the success of first game, second entry was released in 2000, which had better controls, new stunts, and level editor mode in the game. During the journey, they came up with different ideas like Tony Hawk Downhill Jam primarily focuses on racing than freestyling. The series proved to be one of the most popular and best-selling video game franchises of the early 2000s. In 2008, Activision transferred the franchise to Robomodo. From there, franchise started seeing a decline in the sales, as the recent entries did not have major features like split-screen mode, level editors in the game. The last major release in the series was glitchy and had bad level design and graphics. Also, the franchise started seeing a decline as skateboarding culture was also experiencing the same. In 2020, the franchise had again returned under the Activision, so let's hope for the solid entry in the series soon. Before we move to the number 1, let's see some of the honorable mentions. In 1989, Jordan Mechner made the classic Prince of Persia. The game was a massive success and exceeded the expectation through its impressive action, platforming, and animation. The Prince of Persia Classic Trilogy had 2 2D entries and 1 3D entry in the series, that is Prince of Persia 3D, which was a buggy and slow game, unable to capture the qualities of first 2 entries in the Prince of Persia series. Seeing the potential in franchise, Ubisoft purchased the rights and started working with Jordan Mechner on the next entry in the franchise, and soon released Prince of Persia Sands of Time, which was a big success in terms of sales and experience. Most of the title did really great, a few did not come into the limelight, but overall it was great. Initially, Ubisoft planned to release Assassin as Prince of Persia Assassin, but later decided to release it as a standalone series and released it in 2007. This turned out to be a massive success for the company. On the other hand, the new exploration of the Prince of Persia series in 2008 turned out to be a big blow to the franchise. Rise of Assassin franchise resulted in the Prince of Persia's declination, and Ubisoft ultimately decided to invest more in Assassin's Creed franchise. So that was my list of top 5 franchises that should make a return. Do let me know your top picks for the list in the comment section. If you find the video interesting, do hit the like button and share it with your friends. One more thing, this list is not complete as I'll be covering another top 5 franchises that should make a return in my next video. So please do subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to get notified for my content. So that is it for today. See you soon in my next video.